Thank you for watching this video about resolving conflict in the group. We're really grateful that you've chosen to be a group leader for the TYF support groups. Watching this video will help prepare you for some challenging situations that you might encounter in the group. We're hoping that you'll learn some ways to address those challenging situations while at the same time making sure that the participants feel validated and feel good about being present in the group.
Some examples of things that might cause conflict would be if someone feels the need to share their whole abuse story with a lot of detail, causing someone else to be triggered. Someone not waiting for someone else to finish sharing and just interrupting. If someone gives unwanted feedback, tries to solve someone's problem, giving some advice, or participating in some armchair therapy. They may attack someone because they felt triggered by something that was said. They may talk while someone else is sharing, or they may spend their time sharing something that is obviously meant for someone else in the group instead of focusing on their own personal healing journey. And we don't want any of these things to occur in your group.
So let's talk about some ways that we can diffuse some of these situations that were outlined. They sound pretty challenging, but we feel pretty confident that you can deal with these situations if you follow this formula. So the first thing you want to do is you want to acknowledge the group as a whole and not single one person out individually. So you would want to acknowledge the entire group, thank them for being present. You then want to address the specific issue, whether it's a guideline that's not being followed or a behavior that's not appropriate. And then you want to conclude by making sure that you end on a positive note. So recognizing again how grateful we are to have everyone present and participating in the group.
So, for example, what that would look like would be going something along these lines. Thank you all for participating and sharing today. We're so grateful to have you all here. Do want to remind you that we want to keep the time of sharing to about 3 to 5 minutes so that everyone else has enough time. We want to keep this a safe space, and one of the ways that we do that is by respecting the boundaries that we've set up for this group. So again, thank you all so much for being willing to share and for being here and for giving your support.
So what happens if you try that and it doesn't seem to work and you have someone who continues to be an issue in a group?
So the first thing is be kind, but you're also responsible for the safety of the feelings of safety of the entire group. So you want to make sure that you're also assertive when you deal with this. Take the person aside after the group or before sometime. Make sure she doesn't feel like she's being attacked in any way, and just remind her about the culture and the guidelines. Give her an example if you need to of the specific behavior that you're talking about, but most importantly, give her other ways to handle what she was doing or how it was being said. If the problem persists, remind her the importance of listening, how vulnerable it feels to share, and allowing that space to be there for everyone to share and to feel vulnerable but safe at the same time. And lastly, encourage self-care, especially if it's involving anything to do with triggers at all.
Now that you understand what to look for and what to do in some of these challenging situations, we hope that you feel more prepared to handle those situations when they come up in group. Thanks again for deciding to be a group leader for the TYF support groups. We're so grateful for your time and for your contribution. Thanks.